Whoever has the gold makes the...
Oh, he looks. Hey guys, we're back with another episode of The Fall of the House of Usher. And I'm very excited because this episode is called. Wait, why is this like over here? Um, the Mask of the Red Death. And okay, so first of all, if it seems like I know a lot about the show, it's even though I haven't seen it. I swear I haven't seen it. It's just because I used to be obsessed with Edgar Allan Poe. Still am, kind of, but in my teens, I used to have this book that was like yay thick with all the stories, and I used to call it the Bible. Okay, I know, like, I'm weird. But yeah, like, I was just crazy Edgar Allan Poe chick. Yes, I wanted to be called Lenore at some point, and I was like really mad that that was not my name. Yeah, so I know the stories, most of them, because I was looking at the list of episodes just to see what the stories are. And Goldbug, I don't remember exactly which one that is. It doesn't sound familiar, but the rest of them, I know them. And I'm going to talk about it because I love the stories. So if you want to like fast forward, if it's annoying, I'm sorry. Um, if you're watching it for the first time with me and you don't want to be spoiled, you can also skip me talking about it. I won't get offended or anything. It's just like I get too excited and I have thoughts. And because I love the stories, the original stories, I like to see where they follow the same thing or they changed it. Um, the first episode was the actual like House of Usher one, and I didn't remember a lot of things, but I do remember that there was like a sentient house, if I'm not mistaken, and um, there was like a disease, like someone got sick. I think it was Madeline who got sick. So I'm not sure if they are going there because the there was a scene last episode where the doctor was talking to Roderick and he was telling him, "Hey, something, we need to talk." And we didn't see the conversation, but after that he was left with, not feeling great. So I don't know if he was telling him about that disease, if it's gonna be Madeline who's sick. I don't know. But yeah, um, the Mask of the Red Death. Now, you can move on if you don't want to be, you don't want to know what this is about or what I remember about this story. But basically, what I remember is that Prospero, it's a prince, and in this show, he's the youngest son, right? He's the one that was pitching the club, which is very interesting because in the story, it's Prince Prospero has well, he's living in his kingdom, right? And there is a plague happening in the land. And what happens is that he decides to lock himself in his castle, in his kingdom. He closes the doors and he just ignores the fact that everybody is dying outside. And months go by and he decides, oh, the plague is called the Red Death, by the way. Months later, he decides to have a masquerade ball, and all these like people, very exclusive, rich people come in from all over the kingdoms, and they have this big masquerade ball. And the whole thing is like he kind of makes every room into a different color. And the last one is a red room. No, it's a black room with red, the tinted windows. If I remember correctly. And then at some point, there's this person, this guest comes in with dressed like the Green Reaper and has like the mask of a skeleton. And a lot of people freak out thinking that he or she, I don't remember, is infected and he's gonna make everybody sick. So they try to avoid this person. But Prospero is like super pissed and entitled, and he's like, no, I'm going to confront this person because this person has not even been invited. And he goes and confronts this person in the last room, which is the black room, and he dies. He gets this disease and dies, and then everybody starts dying. And the whole thing, the whole meaning of this is that basically you can't escape death. It doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter how much money you have, you can lock yourself and isolate yourself and try to avoid death, but it's always going to find you. And the fact that Prospero kind of confronted death, or tried to kind of be like, hey, you can't stop me, right? Like trying to be bigger than death, it blew up in his face and he still got killed. So I think that's the whole, if I remember correctly, meaning of the story. Because his stories have a bunch of like symbolisms and stuff. So that's it. So we'll see what they adapt from the story. I'm very excited to see or what they changed. I did watch the first episode again with a friend, and I noticed a few things. First of all, there's a black cat. I totally missed that. I don't think I mentioned it in my reaction. There's a black cat, and if you know the stories of Edgar Allan Poe, there's one story that's called The Black Cat, and I think there's one here called that. Another one, Tania Miller's character is working with monkeys, and there is a story where a monkey is involved, is an orangutan that's involved. So I don't know if they're gonna go there. And what else? I think those are the only things that I kind of didn't see last time. And then, yeah, I'm just excited to see where this is going. So let's just jump right in.
Into thin air. I don't like you, Dupin. I've had issues with you people in the past.
You people. Oh, damn off is still white as cream cheese, in case your word we're dating.
Who says I'm talking about your skin? That's right, I noticed that too.
To this.
If you could catch them all, if you could take all of it, all the greed, the foulness, the rot in the world, and sit down across from it, what would you say?
Was it ever going to be enough?
Oh, that's good.
Over the years, highly addictive. You marketed it non-addictive anyway because you wanted more than the hundreds of millions you were pulling before Ligadone hit the market. That wasn't enough for you.
Is Ligadone an actual drug, or is this like what's happening in the real world with oxycodone? Yeah, so it's like it's supposed to be like Oxy, right? And like the Sackler family is the one that owns like Purdue Pharma. So it's kind of like...
What?
Is he seeing something?
My son. Prospero. Perry.
Wait, was he cutting drugs with a butt plug? The details of this is like, what?
We haven't.
You can't take it out.
Oh my
You have to
God,
leave it on the
you're
way to the
psycho.
hospital, or else it'll just get worse.
Babe, no one touched your eggs.
Calls until your company was indicted.
Sorry I'm late. I got hit by a truck.
Sorry, everyone. This is my brother, Prospero.
Metals including arsenic, benzene, chromium, mercury, and lead. One site in particular had such a highly acidic concentration
Sorry,
that...
yes.
Oh my
That's bad.
God. Is this idiot going to throw this like... Because he wants to make a club. Is he gonna try and start a club in one of these abandoned buildings that have all these like poison? Because a disease kills them, so I'm imagining if they're like twisting it to have them like being poisoned somehow.
Some of these are a fucking gold mine. If this one is ours, I want to see it. It's perfect for this
yeah.
idea I had.
Can I talk to
See,
you?
no, you're
Can I
an
talk to you for a
idiot.
moment?
Because Arthur has the power of 6 or 7 attorneys. And the last thing he fucking needs is Gucci Caligula handing over the
Gucci
keys to the store.
Caligula.
Yeah, but weren't you supposed to do?
So, I'm assuming Frederick and the redhead girl, those are like actual from marriage, right? And then the rest are from other women. And like the way that he's acting, Frederick, there's this like, I don't know how to explain it. It's very interesting, just like the way that he's like portraying this character. There's a lot of red. She's in red, his car's red, he's wearing like pink with like red like jacket.
Putting it in if she can still make it. Whole boxes.
Thanking. It was a long shot, Vic.
Let's give her more nitrates.
No, they...
If we're gonna miss the human trial threshold, if my 200 million is coming up snake eyes, you'll tell me, right?
I mean, yeah, of course.
Look at me. I need this to work.
Why?
Come on, man. I don't ask for much. You want a
Also,
little?
I just have to say, I can feel like I'm gonna be able to handle every death, but Tania Miller, I love her so much. I don't know why, like, I get so attached to her characters. I feel like even if she played a villain, I would just be like obsessed. So that's gonna hurt. I don't want her I don't want to watch her get killed. I don't know. Maybe because like she reminds me of my mom for some reason. I know it's weird. Like Jamie Lee Curtis also reminds me of my mom. Just little things that I see in you know, and it's just like that's gonna hurt.
This thing can be epic. Dad doesn't believe me, and the rest just make fun of me. But I blow the roof off this thing, and I print 7 figures out of thin air. Maybe I get a fraction of the respect that's supposed to come with this name. It's harder for me, and you know that. You know that. But the rest don't. It's hard.
Be rolling before they even get there. I'm gonna give you 2 dealers to invite, and they'll jump on it just for the sales opportunity. But whatever the fuck goes down after that is on them, not you. Oi, look at me. This shouldn't be on you.
It must be really hard. Mostly like wondering how come some of them have accents. Like did they grow up with their mothers?
Because I get the kind of performance anxiety that comes with a public orgy. I get you some Viagra.
To the US.
You do have Viagra?
Of course I have Viagra. I have a reputation to uphold.
Feds, they were really smart about it.
I know. The ushers aren't idiots. Except Perry. Get me Vic's file.
Everybody hates Perry. Poor Perry.
Well, nobody's in court today. Stinks about Vic's clinical trial. That might be the feds' way in. If they have something on our heart mesh thing, can you poke at that? Talk to lab techs, bribe, threaten, mix and match.
Man, what did she do to you?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh shit. I mean, I want to know.
Up in here, and turn on those sprinklers. Make it rain. Kicks off the fest.
Ew.
Nobody until the rain starts. Yes?
Okay.
Well, I said certified free.
You guys saw those tanks on the roof when we walked in,
How
yes?
clean are these tanks? How
Cool.
clean
We just
are
tie
these
in,
sprinklers?
like hooking up a hot tub.
You can do that by tomorrow night?
Yes.
He's kitschy as hell. And the cover,
Oh shit.
a stout little king standing on a green tower looking down over his subjects, one finger up, making a proclamation.
Was he burned? I love Mike Flanagan. I love how he does like foreshadows and stuff because that jacket, it's like flesh tone jacket, you know, like it's pink, but it also has like the red. Also, the jacket that he's wearing now is also kind of fleshy color. He's been wearing fleshy tones.
Right. It's a hereditary form of vascular cognitive impairment. Before it kills you, it causes symptoms very much like dementia. Memory can even cause hallucinations.
You're talking about vascular dementia.
Is it happening to him?
When was the last time you had a headache?
Fuck me. This is a pitch? Suze, you said it was fucking accounting.
This is not Suze's day. Sorry, this has been on the
This
books a
is
few
not
times. You want me to
Susie's
reschedule?
day.
We're here already. Go ahead.
Is this Fortunato Pharmaceuticals? Because like the original owner, right? died, was killed by their mom. And they're, you know, they didn't exactly say it, but it was implied that he was their father. But my question, like last episode, was how did he get to be CEO? Because there's nothing, no papers, nothing that says that he's his son. So somehow he managed to take over the company, and I'm just wondering how they did it. But we're probably gonna see it. Just watch it. Jesus Christ.
Dietary is synthetic to slow absorption. No side effects. Non-addictive.
Non-addictive,
Serious
my
injury,
ass.
cancer, trauma, sure, but also for chronic, mild, even temporary pain. Same pill. The only thing that changes is the dose.
Fucking million on bad chemistry. And even if the chemistry goes perfect, which it never will, you still have fines, bribes, lawsuits.
But on the other side of all that,
medical devices, on the other hand. Now that's our bread and butter.
no, by the name of Annabelle Lee.
What's happening?
And this mating she lives with no other thought but to love and be loved by me.
Vomit.
I quit my job today.
You go forward. And if you hit a brick wall, you don't go back, you go through. Rufus Griswold is going to help us go forward. Or we're gonna go right through him and leave him in pieces behind us.
Jesus, Madeline. When you get going, you get going.
Isn't it? Oh, is that it?
Yes, ma'am.
You see, what your granddad doesn't get is that this isn't about building a chatbot. It's about legacy. See, the ancients, they all wanted to live on after they died. Well, everybody does. And they tried all this stuff, mummification for my immortality collection, and
Why is
it
she
is
so
beautiful.
obsessed
And I'm
with
going
being
to use
immortal?
it.
Or with immortality
I'll go
as
say
a
hi to Grandpa.
concept.
Okay, love.
Right?
What is it?
You were right. I gotta look at Perry's bank statements.
You want to see her again? Just for one night? No, nothing, no. No one will ever find out. Yeah, it's my gift to you. Look. Picture the perfect cock in your hands, in your mouth, the perfect pussy, if that's your speed, or both.
It's a
Password
burner.
666999.
You
Yeah,
use
get it?
iPhones as
Wait for a
burners?
text or, I don't know, throw it away. It's up to you.
Fuck this guy.
Right, so I am thinking a romantic dinner tonight. He can serve you food, romance, an intimate dinner, like a good date, an anniversary date, maybe that kind of vibe.
Okay.
Oh, good, you got the clothes right.
And I brought a black teddy or red lace.
Let me pour you a glass of wine.
Is she getting off with this?
You look beautiful tonight.
Okay. I mean, whatever works.
Roderick Usher Experimental. His name used to be right there on the sign before he got smart enough and took it down for something generic. When we were kids, he called it Rue Zoo. When we got older, we know better. Called it Rue Morgue.
Oh, wow.
There's
that's
rumors they're using some kind of
amazing.
unapproved.
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Footage. After the rain starts, it's worth a whole lot fucking more.
Wow, so all these people are gonna
I'm about to
burn
own
to
Dick
death.
Wad. I mean, own him.
What a wicked thing to say. You never felt this way. What a wicked thing
These Macs are creepy.
Only you don't make it easy.
Nothing worth having is ever easy.
You didn't answer my question. Who are you? I know everybody here. I chose this guest list very carefully, and I have no idea who you are.
You can take off your mask, Prospero.
To what?
To stop it. Things like this, all things in fact, have consequences. Take you, for instance.
Someone, a long time ago, made a little decision, and then another, and then a big one, and then one of absolutely no importance. And then by and by, you were born.
Wow.
And that choice defined your whole life. You are consequence, Barry. And tonight, you are consequential.
Wow.
You are one crazy trippy aunt, bitch.
Midnight, come for the thrills.
Ah, she stayed. Oh shit. It parallels the beginning when they're like all laying naked. Jesus, but this is disgusting. They literally melted. Wow. That's fantastic. God, there's nothing else. I love how he uses foreshadow. I just love Mike Flanagan so much. He's so good at details. I love it. So yeah, so we got the mention of the Rue Morgue, which is great because I think the next episode is the Rue Morgue. So yeah. Also, it seems like she is not causing these things, because at the beginning I thought it was kind of like a supernatural sort of thing, and it may be like she has something to do, but it just felt more like she was warning him, like telling him to just stop, because you know every choice you make has a consequence, and by you choosing to use this place, you know it's been condemned, you know all these things are going wrong. I feel like when they were in the Fortunato meeting, they didn't mention acidic content of some kind. Didn't they mention something about acid and other like chemicals? So to think that you just bring all these people here to a place where you have so much thing that can make you sick, it's really crazy. So yeah, she told him like, you're consequential, and this is like, there's still time to stop. So it seemed like she is giving him warning before this happens, and they're just dying because of their own negligence and their own like stupid decisions. I don't know. It could be that there's something supernatural too, but that's the impression that I got, which is very interesting. Yeah. Also, we saw a little bit like flashbacks. Roderick trying to pitch a Ligadone, and I find his relationship with Madeline very interesting, because Madeline seems to be the one in control. She seems to be more determined and more vicious in the way that she deals and just lives her life. Roderick seems to be like calmer and just following her around, which is really cool. It's a really interesting dynamic, because you know usually you see it like that it's the man who just like is like has like the hold, right? I don't know what other things were cool. The whole episode was really cool. Oh yeah, another thing that I didn't mention the last episode is that they're calling Roger Garampus, and that is also in a story. It's the same story with Arthur Pym. I don't remember the story exactly, but I know it's about a shipwreck, and the ship is called Grampus. Yeah, I don't even remember the title of the story. But yeah, really, really cool. I can't wait to see what else is gonna happen. I'm assuming we're gonna go by each kid's death, right? And yeah, this one was rough. Like at the end there, because they just melted. They literally just melted. And in the story, they called it the Red Death because it made you bleed out of your pores. You just bled out. But here it's just like, it's just awful. But I really like that they used that jacket, and he was wearing all these like fleshy tones the entire episode, which is like so cool. Either that or he was shirtless. So yeah, it's very interesting though also the relationship between the siblings. He seemed to be, like he said, the bastard's bastard. So they were always like treating him differently. Like they were always kind of pushing him to the side and just accusing him of being like the informant. And it didn't seem like nobody liked him in this family. But I don't feel like anybody likes anybody. I feel like they're all very cutthroat, and they're not. They're always doing their own thing. I don't think they like each other at all. I don't get that impression from any of the siblings that they have like a good relationship with another sibling. So yeah, very, very interesting. Hope you enjoyed that reaction, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.